When I was a kid, you'd do like your family tree. And so like the question is like, what does it mean to be blank? So for me, it was Italian. So I call my grandma thinking like, what does it mean to be Italian? I think she's going to say like family, love, tradition, food. She goes, when everything's going right, something bad's going to happen. So I write that down. I'm in third grade. Everything's going right. Something bad is going to happen. My teacher was like, what? I was like, it's my nonna said.
Hello and welcome to the You Up Podcast. I'm Jared Freed.
Oh, I'm Liza Minnelli.
Thank you, Liza. And we are so excited to be here with Liza Minnelli. Matteo Lane, thank you for coming on the show.
It's nice to be here, Jared.
It is such a pleasure. One of my favorites, my favorite people. I'm just so excited to be here with you. It's been a while since I've seen you.
I know.
But we go way back, and you're now successful, crushing it, Matteo Lane.
But
this is a get.
But are we at the age now? Get.
The Betches was like, can you get Matteo Lane? I was like, I'll text him. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you ever...
My agent was like, what if you and Stavros did a show together and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll just text him and see if he's interested. He's probably not. You know what I mean? He just gave me Christmas cookies, but...
Isn't it weird that you start in a bar, you and I, we meet at the Duplex in the West Village.
Wasn't Michael on the...
Michael Brill
would
be on the mic at the Duplex, and he would like go back at you. Like it was like...
He was usually funnier than all of us.
And he was hilarious.
Right.
He is hilarious. You go... I remember any time at the Duplex, it was an open mic, and
was it Wednesday nights?
Every Wednesday night, I would sign up, and you'd be in a bucket, and Michael basically pull a name, and he'd have a mic, and he'd go, Jared Freed. And then if I said anything that was like somehow gay related, if I was like, man, it's so hard, and he's like, you're not the only one. And the whole bar, which was mostly gay men,
of course,
would cackle like that. Like the whole bar, like, ah! And it's like... we meet there and it's like these training grounds, like these ways to like figure out what's your voice. What are you going to talk about? Defending yourself against someone who's got a mic in their hand.
Who's funnier than you,
knows the joke better than you. The audience likes them more than you.
And he's got the easy job because he's waiting for you to say a thing so he can jump to the punchline or make a joke before you.
Totally. And that's where I met you. I remember, I don't want to do the... the
we're
in memoriam.
At that age, though,
I know we're at that age.
Back in my day. But it's like, that was 2012 when I moved to New York.
Yes.
So 2012 we met.
I remember you moved here, and I'm 2 years into doing stand-up. I'm getting on stage, doing the open mics and stuff. And I remember you did your joke that I'll never forget.
Everyone brings this out.
The opera joke.
Mm-hmm.
And the opera joke, you start singing opera.
But first of all, no one knew who I was, so that makes it easier. Like, I remember the first time
What an entrance. It's a sitcom entrance. It's a movie entrance. For you to start singing, Matteo is a trained opera singer.
Yes.
So the joke was you went into opera?
Well, because this is when no one knew who I was, so like the punchline made more sense then. But I would go up. I remember the first time I did it at the Creek in the Cave, which the Friday night Creek in the Cave mics were like that was like kind of where you showcased your material you've been working out all week.
Right, because it was like the cool kid place to go. It was like that's where all the curmudgeon comedian open micers would kind of congregate. It's called the Creek in the Cave.
Yeah.
It is famous because Donald Glover kind of like, that's kind of where he started.
Right.
And at the time that was like where you go.
Right.
And you go.
Yeah, so I went up, and I remember for some reason I was called in the first group, which was very rare because they obviously rig it. So it's like, have other friends go up. Suba was the first person to say hi to me. Hey, Suba, shout out to her. And I go up, and I just go, oh mio bambino caro. And people kind of awkwardly clap. And then I go, that's a true story of how it came out to my dad.
Yeah, and it killed.
It killed.
It killed.
It kind of like made people remember me, which is all you want at that time.
Especially, you get a reputation very quickly. Funny, not funny.
Right.
Like, oh, that guy's funny. That guy,
right.
whoa, he does that thing with the opera. That's funny. Because people, that's kind of, it's a lesson for life. I think stand-up also like is a good way to learn about life and how people act and how people listen to you.
Well, you're thrown into a room with a bunch of people who are out of their minds. And, you have to, wherever you come from, whether you're from a fraternity or you're from art school or you're in business, like you all kind of have to figure it out.
Right.
And so it brings in very strange people together. What actually shocks me the most is just like the amount of people that are gone no one, like, it's like a 90%.
Well, it's funny. You
rate.
think of who's gone. I think of who's still going.
Well, of course I do.
It's glass half full, half empty.
Right.
I know what you mean. If a name comes up that I go, wow, I remember that guy.
Right.
I think, oh my God, how hard is it to like figure it out and keep going? And then I think of like all the people that like, especially when I meet someone who like loves comedy.
Right.
And they go, you know, and then name. And I'm like, yeah.
Yes, I
like,
do.
I do. And I remember a specific moment that no one else has. Like I cherish it a little bit.
Of
Like
course.
I like love it.
One of my first open mics ever was a 4 p.m. mic at the Grizzly Pear. And it was me, Tim Dillon, and Michelle Wolf.
A murderer's row. Like literally it would sell out a huge arena. And, I had someone call Tim Dillon's a name that always comes up of like,
Do you know Tim Dillon? It's
Right.
like, do I know Tim?
Right.
Yeah, we were all at the Creek in the Cave
we
together.
were all there. We were all doing it. So I'm just, we could do this all day.
I would love to do this all day,
I know.
actually,
There's
to be
names. I
honest
mean, we
with
could
you.
bring up some names the names that quit, you kind of have that. That's a more fun conversation sometimes.
Yeah, when you're alone, you're like, because there's some people I think about where I'm like, they were so fucking talented. And I get it. Like when you first start out, it's exciting. You're in the community and you find your place, but then it does become work. Then you do have to
you have to acknowledge that you are trying to start a career.
Yeah.
While also having fun with this like ragtag group of misfits that are fun, interesting. Everyone has a story. Like I was hanging at the Cellar last night and I'm like sitting at the table with like, Neil Brennan and Caitlin Palufo. And like, I'm like, man, they're like, I can sit and listen to them.
Right.
Like I'm sitting, when we go to a party, you go to a party with no comedian there.
I'm out.
It's a little brutal.
I'm out. I have to be with another comedian.
Well, because then they go, how did you start?
Oh, shut
Why
up.
what made you think you could become a comedian? And those are actually normal questions.
Of course they're normal questions.
So,
That's a nice thing to ask somebody.
And then I'm like talking about it. I'm like, well, I'm in my head going, Jared, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because they don't care about the open mics. They don't care about this. They don't care about that, But it's like the great thing about comedy too is like, in what other world would me and Keith Robinson be texting every day?
No.
How would Keith and I have ever met each other?
And if you're hearing a name you don't know, let's just Google these people.
Yeah, well,
because
Keith's
they're
a legend.
Keith's a legend if you don't know, but just Google these people so you know, like if you're curious, because they're all hilarious and awesome. But Matteo's here today. We're going to answer some dating questions.
Yes, we're going to answer dating
questions. I actually want to ask you a specific question. There's people listening right now. They've moved, because I remember you moving to New York. You got here, and I remember you were like single.
Yeah.
And like, so there are people moving to a new city. What was your single experience? You get to New York.
A mess.
A mess?
Well, first of all, I was like 125 pounds. I now weigh 170. So I didn't understand eating health because I was just doing stand-up. So like I wasn't really eating and I was drawing and drinking too much coffee, heartburn, so I was like just
you say
shaking.
that as I'm burping up coffee. I'm like, oh, I've
Well,
never heard of
I love
heartburn.
coffee,
Yeah.
but it was like I was thrust into New York, gay, dating.
That's got to be like to go. You were in Chicago before, but you're young, moving to New York. Like that's what movies are made out of. Like, like the idea of like, I am in this experienced world of kind of like we move quick, and it's a little bit like. It seems from the outside of the gay community like it's like, I get to be the guy who's like, I don't know, I could fuck and then I'll see. Like it's got to feel like heartless a little bit.
Well, I didn't know what to do because I was so obsessed with stand-up. And so I was drawing all day for a job and then I would do stand-up at night. So to meet gay people, I mean, there were so few really in my life. I was just like, you go on the apps and then, I'm 25 and really sensitive and people are like, just so aggressive, and you don't
aggressive is probably the word I was looking for.
I never got that. I never got a way in to like slowly adapt to like what being gay in New York was like for a really long time because I was at open mics and bar shows every night. So my only avenue of like dating was either like I remember OK Cupid, and I went on so many horrible dates, and then I remember like trying Grindr, and then it was just too intense, and then I was too scared, and then
it's a three bear situation.
No pun intended.
Right.
Yeah, it just like yeah, it was horrifying. I went on a bunch of really bad dates.
What was your welcome to gay New York moment?
My welcome to gay New York moment was God, there I don't the papaya stand on 6th Avenue. No. You know what? Probably something like going when I really started having fun and found my own people. I would go to the Duplex all the time.
Yeah.
And Henry Kapersky, who's an amazing piano player, and him and I did a bunch of shows together at Joe's Pub. He would play piano at the Duplex on a Wednesday night, and it would start at 9 p.m. and end at 4 a.m. And so I would go there to be with Henry, and like Joel Kim Booster would come, or Bowen Yang would come, or even Cola Scola. Like there was a crew of these queer comics that were just starting to like find each other. John Early, and
this is like the new Avengers, you know, like because there's like, you know, like there's history of gay comics.
There was a night one time where we all decided to go out, and if you think about it now, it was like me, Joel Kim Booster, John Early, Cola Scola, Bowen Yang, Julio Torres. We all just decided we were just going to go out one night to a gay bar and dance. And it was like the only night we all decided to do it together.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most fun nights ever. And then, you blink and Cole, they won a fucking Tony. And Joel Kim Booster's, starring in films.
Right.
And Bowen's in Wicked. And you forget, like I was at Wicked, the first Wicked, and I saw it late. And I texted Bowen and I was like, hey, I was like, I know this is a little late. I was like, but congrats on Wicked. Like, this is amazing. And he was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I hope you're doing well. Let's see each other soon.
These are the things you look back on. You're like, I can't believe, right. And you like how another night like that couldn't happen. Everyone's too busy. Everyone moves on. Life goes on.
But I have to say, I like that. I liked being busy. I actually like working. I like being busy, and I like working towards something. And, I think when you're really young and you're insecure, at least in my situation, I was, and I didn't have a lot of experience dating. I didn't have a lot of experience going out to gay clubs and stuff. I was always worried about how I looked, or are people judging me, this and that. And that was my own fears. I had so much insecurity and hangups. But the thing I liked about comedy is that no one cared. They remembered my opera joke, or they thought about like what I was working on. So
that's the beauty of comedy. That's what we want. We want people to go, that's funny. Like any compliment that diverts from that's funny, we're like offended.
Right.
It's like someone commenting on your video. Like I'll put something on TikTok and they'll mention someone in the background. What's that guy in the background doing? I'm like, it's like the worst feeling in the world. And we know when you're in an open mic and someone says that opera joke, man. Yeah. Wow. You're like, that is all I need. That's the hug.
Not to sound really old man right now, but also like that we didn't have any, there was no posting jokes online.
Right.
So the only thing like keeping us going back was if an older comic that we respected said we were funny.
Right.
That was it.
Right. Like, hey, I like that joke. I remember Kathleen Madigan.
I love Kathleen Madigan.
She came to the Duplex when I went to this. I brought my grandmother to the Duplex.
That's where you should bring your grandmother.
Yeah, she loved it. She was like, "This is unbelievable."
Yeah,
I remember Kathleen Madigan, who is amazing. One of the like an all-timer comic.
I think she's hysterical. I could listen to her for hours. I've never met her, but I would. She's amazing.
She's like one of the people that did theaters before comedians did theaters.
Yeah.
She did like the open mic at the Duplex. And I remember I went up after her or something. I didn't even know who she was. She gave me a compliment that I was like, oh my God, like this is like, okay, I'm good.
I'm good for the next 2 weeks.
I'm good. So we're going to do the emails. We're here with Matteo Lane. Everyone, if you haven't already, go follow Matteo Lane everywhere, but also go to Matteo's shows.
Oh yeah, I'm on tour right now. MatteoLaneComedy.com.
Okay, MatteoLaneComedy.com. Go see Matteo on the road. You will love the show. You will have a blast. You will cackle. You will laugh. Your friends assemble the group chat. I'm on the road. I am going to be New York City this weekend. I'm doing Town Hall.
Oh,
we added a
amazing.
second show. Get your tickets.
Congrats.
Thank
That's
you very
awesome.
much. I'm very excited. Town Hall.
When does this come out?
This comes out February 11th.
Okay.
Wait, it does not.
Okay. It does not come out February 11th.
It comes out the 18th.
I've just done Town Hall, so I am keep it in.
Town Hall's at a fucking great theater.
I hope I sold out the second show. Please, God. Please, Comedy God. Please, Kathleen Madigan.
That's all I worry about is ticket sales.
That's all I think about.
Because some places are late buying markets and some buy right away. So it's like I'm going to be, doing like a run of Indiana and Michigan and Texas. And like they're late buying markets. Meanwhile, the Chicago theater's, 70% sold. That's in May.
That's right. And that's hometown show. It's funny. It's like, I want to support you. Get the tickets early.
I know.
How do I support you? I should come to a show. Support isn't going to the show.
Or is this
because give you a night? Like we're
here.
We're here.
And we're queer.
And we're doing it.
This is a comics, and I promise we're gonna get to. I can feel but the worst thing a comic can ever do, and every comic has talked about this, 8 months in advance. Chicago theater, I'm coming to see you.
Right.
2 months. Chicago, I'll be there. Chicago, we're half sold out. Chicago, we're getting there. Chicago, I'm there this week. Chicago, I'll be there tomorrow. Chicago, I'll see you tonight. Chicago, thank you for an amazing show. 1 day later. So you're never gonna fucking come to Chicago? It's always an attitude. Like I'm doing three Europe tours, right? 3. And I put out the first tour. Like I'll see you guys in Helsinki. Immediately Paris. We're not good enough for you.
Right.
And I was like, why the anger? As if I'm sitting there with like a map and generals being like, Paris, those blundering idiots, I'll never see them. Like, what do you think I'm doing?
It's not that they missed it. We are not that into ourselves to think, how could you not keep up with my news? It's the attitude. That's the part. How did you not tell me? You're not my cousin. I'm not going to Aunt Cindy and right? Like they act like you didn't knock on their door and you're their family member.
I have so many family members, I should actually just send them out to go knock on doors.
They would. I'm sure they would. What, you're not going to Matteo's show?
My Aunt Cindy could sell a ticket. Just imagine a tiny Mexican woman coming up to you, forcing you to get a ticket. She could do it. I'm telling you.
I would go. I go wherever she says to go. I'm in.
Same,
Listen, go see Matteo. Okay, if you're listening right now, Vancouver, I'm going to be there. Seattle, Tempe, LA, Los Angeles. Are you doing LA?
I just did LA at the very end of my last tour. Okay. So I'll probably come back either in early 2027. Probably.
I'm doing LA. I'm doing Salt Lake City, Utah.
I love Salt Lake City. They've got and crazy Mormons, whatever. They're great audiences.
Well, I think in Utah, what happens? Comedians tend to love Salt Lake. It's any town where you are front row for a crazy group that runs the town.
Right.
The audiences are great.
Right.
So like, it's like San Francisco and Portland are great because like you have these like crazy, liberal, like left of lefts, and you have the normals that go to shows and they go, yeah, we've dealt with that and we get it.
Right.
We understand the negotiation of life.
Because I always assume like Mormon, I don't know much about the Mormon religion besides Book of Mormon, but when I go to Salt Lake City, I'm like, I wonder if they're going to come to the shows or enjoy it. Like I'm gay. I don't know what that is in the Mormon religion.
Right.
And then they're the best audiences I've literally ever had.
They are really good. And it's been a while since I've been back, so I'm excited to go back. So I'm going to be in Salt Lake, I think at the end of March. Also, Matteo's here. We're pumped to have him, but our co-host, Jordana Abraham Marinelli, is on maternity leave.
Just replacing one Italian for the next?
Well, she's married
to an Italian.
Yes.
Marinelli.
Abraham, Jewish Marinelli. We got a little...
Is she married an Italian? That child, the neuroses.
Well, a lot of neuroses. Well,
the anxiety.
She's having twins, one via surrogate, one via her own. And like around, did I tell you the story? It's like a crazy.
No, but I could just imagine that combination is just like, because my mom's Mexican Italian, and I've seen what that's done to people.
Right. So. Jewish Italian, it's like, how did that person leave the house? Like they just can't. Just no leaving the house and just cooking sauce. So Jordana, we're going to get updates from her on benefits. So sign up for You Up with Benefits. You get $5 a month, 2 extra podcasts a month. You're going to hear from Jordana and what's going on with her new mom life and the birth and all that stuff. So we want you to sign up.
And
also,
the
birth.
It's such a funny thing to hear straight. I'd be like, we'll hear about the birth. We'll check in about the birth. Jiminy Glick asked that one time to Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and how was the birth? She goes, well, they were C-sections.
So we're going to hear about the C-sections or the births. Go sign up for benefits so we can hear from Jordana and get some updates. Okay, right, let's do some emails. You ready? Hi, J&J and M. Love the pod. Wanted to get you two's input on a current situation. I'm 31, have been dating my boyfriend 36 for 5 years. Over the years, I had noticed when we get into fights, my boyfriend would tend to make low blow comments or name calling, many times unrelated to the argument at hand, just to be hurtful. We have talked about the serious effects that can have on our relationship, and he actively works on this. However, over the years, I've come to realize this is how his family fights with each other. My boyfriend comes from a loving family, so kind and welcoming, but when they fight, they fight.
So he's Italian.
Yeah. Any secret you may have told, this is crazy. Any secret you may have told when confiding in someone gets thrown out in front of others. In some instances, the low blows have been at my cost. His sister has said my boyfriend cheats on me in front of me while they were fighting, which is not true. We'll see. Another time, his mom has said in front of me he doesn't want to marry me, which is also untrue.
She's answering her own question.
Oh, this is horrific.
Yeah.
Because we had spoken about this prior. There are things he wants to work on with himself prior to marriage, which I understand. You can't say the mom says he doesn't want to get married and then we're not married, but he does. Like you sound like the mom who like believes anything their kid says. We have a strong and trusting relationship, so I don't let these comments bother me, especially after realizing they all will say anything just to hurt each other. I try to focus on a relationship and honestly ignore the rest for my own sanity, LOL. My boyfriend and I have... My boyfriend and I have spoken about how damaging his family's comments could be, especially if we were in a bad or delicate spot with each other. How much responsibility does my boyfriend have to protect me from his family's toxic fighting style, especially when those comments directly involve you and your future together? How do I help him fight fair when we don't agree? Very interested to hear your thoughts, advice on how you guys would navigate a situation like this. Signed, Caught Feelings Not Strays.
She is managing two people's and regulating two people's emotions, and that is an unfair position for her to be in a relationship.
Who are the two people?
Her and her boyfriend. Saying, how do I help him fight fair when we don't argue? Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
She's trying to say, we are doing this, we are doing that, we are doing this. That's his responsibility to come to you ready in a relationship. So if your boyfriend is saying low blow comments and going after you, and you constantly forgive and say, well, we are working on it, that is not your responsibility. It sounds like she's carrying a lot of emotional weight for the both of them. And to be honest with you, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Right.
And it doesn't sound like he has any coping mechanisms when it comes to conflict. And so instead of actually grounding himself with her, he's doing low blows because he's basically saying, don't make me confront myself, get away from me. Mm-hmm. And it's a very unhealthy way of dealing with things.
Well, she says he's working on it.
I don't believe it. This whole family sounds like a goddamn mess.
This family, this is like my worst case scenario. Like, you know, I actually relate to this on a weird level because this happens to me. Anytime someone compliments me and my dad's around, he takes away the compliment. Mm-hmm. It's like my, and especially about my body. Like if someone was like, Jared, you working out? He's like, he's working on his eating. Like,
I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's kind of a funny punchline.
It's a very fun. It's always funny, but that's the problem. But I get like, so when I hear someone like, I see the compliment coming out of someone's mouth, I like run to hide. Do you know, it's like, you know, when someone takes out a BB gun and you're like, whoa, don't point it at me.
Right.
When someone comes out and goes, Jared, looking good. Like, I'm like, whoa, he's going to pop out of the ceiling and be like, looking good. I don't know about those titties. Like,
look, I'm not saying it's all right that your dad is saying that.
But I get it because I can understand. You go to the family house and if any tremor, it's got to affect her anxiety, like in the way it affects my anxiety when a compliment comes. And I'm like, when's the fat comment coming? Like now I got to hear what people really think. But like it almost opens up my dad to tell me what he really thinks. Like the idea, like I just like when she says, the mom says he's never going to marry you. The sister says he's cheating. And for her to go, well, that's not true. Where'd it come from then?
Yeah.
When my dad says, well, I think you got, you know, you could lose 30 when someone gives me a compliment. Maybe it's not 30, but it's 10. Like
that's called Stockholm syndrome.
Right. But I'm saying she's probably developing that.
Of course,
that's what she's
creating a perpetual state of anxiety. She's in a situation that doesn't sound that it's benefiting her in any way.
But that's what I think she's not translating to the boyfriend. She asks about what's his responsibility to take care of me when I go to the family, because she's not even asking about the boyfriend. She's thinking, I'm handling the boyfriend, but I can't handle the family.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. This is like so deep rooted that like this is like years of therapy that needs to happen here.
And also, I think like group therapy for the family too.
Well,
but it really does. It does sound to me like she's regulating a lot of other people's emotions, and it doesn't sound like she even is going to have the space to hold it for herself. She's going to start resenting everybody around her.
Right. Well, you're right, because, and I'm going back to my own feelings with the compliments. Whenever there's a compliment, I feel like I got to put my finger in a hole that's making the boat, take on water. And it's like, there's a point where if she goes to a big family event, I'm sure she's trying to calm everyone down just so she doesn't hear what everyone really thinks about her. That's why she's writing to us.
Yeah.
Like, this is actually stressing
It's
her
also
out.
like stepping into like an unsafe environment. If it's affecting your own relationship, it's affecting how you view your relationship. I know she says it doesn't, they fight, but obviously if you wrote it, it does affect you.
Right.
So my guess is you're dealing with a hostile family, and you're dealing with a boyfriend that has no coping mechanisms, and you're trying to make sense of it.
What would be a coping mechanism? Like what? Like,
well, when he's getting angry or she's confronting him with something, he should not act on, let me be as mean as I possibly can, or say the thing that I know is going to hurt her, because you have to hear intention. Now, I don't know what her conflict style is, but if she's saying something to him, let's just say she's presenting something to him that's justified. Hey, when we went out to dinner and you were on your phone the whole time, that bothers me because it makes me feel like you don't want to be there, and it also looks rude in front of our friends. Let's just say
your left titty's smaller than your right titty.
Exactly.
Right, it has nothing to do.
So now
we've gone that
right.
direction.
He's deflected. He's saying, "I'm not going to listen to what you're saying about me." And then, well,
that's the only thing what would be the meanest thing you could say to your girlfriend?
Right. But then so
you got odd titties.
He goes for a low blow.
Yeah.
And then so now she's stuck there, and now suddenly she's in defensive mode. She has to defend herself from this mean thing that he said to her. So now it's off of him, and he's more comfortable with the deflection and arguing, because that's the family that he comes from. So now we have another argument about something else because her feelings are hurt. He has to reassure her, but we've never actually gotten to the crux of the situation, which is the beginning of it.
Right, and now she's rationalizing, well, he only sees my titty from that angle. Because that's what she's doing with the family. She's going, well, they made that up, and he's
sure,
really
the
not
sister
cheating.
said that he's cheating. Sure, the mom says we're never going to get married. But anyway, so no, that's a big red flag.
Right.
If I went over to if I'm her and I go to my boyfriend's house and his mom is like, oh, he's never going to marry you, and the sister's like, he's cheating on you, I would call my mom and say, Ma, this is a crazy house, and these people are unwell. I think I got to get out of this.
What does she do?
For work?
No.
H&R. H&R Block.
H&R Block. H&R.
H&R Block.
H&R Block,
Yeah.
an accountant.
Mm-hmm.
And so she
really busy in March,
a lot
April.
of seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah. She only gets off during weird times. It's always busy, always a deadline.
And not
coming
HR.
up. H&R.
H&R Block.
H&R Block. Yeah. She's retail accounting, which is the worst form of accounting.
Yeah.
That's like the one I would want to do least. You have to deal with someone coming up with a shoebox.
Hi, this is the past year. I'm an installation artist.
You would have loved. I went to the pharmacy in Boca at Costco. That is like a Mad Lib for the pharmacy at Costco in Boca. And this guy cut the whole line. Like, I was waiting in line. He just walks in front of the whole line with his phone on speaker. He goes, talk to her. Talk to her. It was like the most amazing. Like, I think of people like you because I'm like, Matteo would just
Scream.
I've
become such a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Like, in such a way, if that happened to me, believe you me, I'm fighting.
I'm dukes up, throw him up.
I'm fucking fighting.
This guy was like 100. A guy next to me goes, getting old sucks, huh? It's like, what is this? Stop talking to me. So, okay, I think if I'm this woman, she works at H&R Block.
She needs to join the witness protection program.
You think run away from this boyfriend?
I think In my opinion, I don't know this woman. This is based off an email. I don't know what of this is true. If the situation is as she's written, I think it's time you look at it and say, this is unhealthy for me, and this is also not benefiting me. Go work on yourself. We're on a break.
Right. And I actually wouldn't go to the family anymore. I can't walk into a house where I might get hit. She even writes in her sign-off, caught feelings, not strays. So the strays are exactly what I would say to him. I would go, I go to this house and I have to worry that I'm going to hear the most horrific things said about me that I could ever imagine. Do you understand what that does to my anxiety? And if you can't understand that and you can't talk to the family and figure out a new argument style, then I can't really be around that.
100%. And she has every right to do it.
Right. She does have a right. I'm not one to be like I'm one to like make good. Like this is one of those that I'm like.
This is an impossible situation to navigate.
Right.
It's impossible.
And for her, I got to handle my boyfriend first. I can only control what I control. You and I have work to do. I can't work on the exterior.
Right. And by the way, the work that they need to do together is he needs to find ways of dealing with conflict that are going to match not just her style, but also a style that's healthy.
UUP at Betches.com, UUP at Betches.com here with Matteo Lane.
Am I too serious? Every time I do, I'm always too serious.
No,
Should I be funnier?
But no, the point, you've done my shows for
I
how
know,
many
but
years now?
I feel for the,
well, this was a serious email. I mean, we have to come honest first, funny later. We got some funny in there.
Yeah, we did.
We had some fun moments.
We talked Costco.
Yeah, we talked
Boca,
Costco.
Pharmacists.
We compared her titties.
Am I reading the next one?
Yeah, you read the next one. This is Ick, You're Picky. Let me explain the game. You're dating someone, you get the ick. Is it a real ick, or are you just being picky? That's what they're asking.
That's
It's difficult.
That's very difficult.
Do you get the ick?
There was a few times when I was dating back in the day but I also gave the ick to many people.
Sure.
Too available, too needy.
Yeah.
Desperate.
I would say those are more turn-offs
That's
than
an
ick. Okay.
Well, I know what an ick is. They do one embarrassing thing that sticks with you and you never see them the same again.
Yeah, you never want to fuck them again.
Yeah.
I've never been moved to not want to fuck someone.
That is the blessing of being a straight man.
Right.
Is that it doesn't really you're surrounded by icks, including yourself, and you're like, this will work out.
This will go okay. Any sewer hole I'll throw mine into. Let's play Ick, You're Picky. Go for it.
Okay. Hi, JJ and M. Congrats on your baby girls, Jordana and Jared. Love the shows.
Thank you.
I've seen you in New York and Hartford, and I'll be at the Boston show at the end of the month. Also, shout out to 31 Candles. Fantastic movie.
I was in a movie. I was the brother-in-law.
31 Candles?
Yeah. Jewish rom-com.
Wait a minute. What am I thinking of? What's the 80s movie with Molly Ringwald?
It's kind of a play on that.
You were in a
16
movie?
Candles. It was an indie film. It's actually in theaters.
I was in an Amazon movie and I played faggot.
Wait, you were?
Yeah.
I mean, you were in the movie. I didn't know what you played.
I had the best time making it.
What was the movie?
It was called Maintenance Required.
Is it out right now? Should people go watch it?
It's out.
Okay.
And I played homosexual side character, but honestly, it's such a blast making the movie.
Fun with it.
Yes, I got to wear fun clothes, and my friend Jacob Shipio was my co-star. He really taught me so much about acting. I had the best time.
It is a fun thing as a stand-up. We get so caught up in I got to write, I got to go on stage. This is whenever you get to do something like that, I was oh, this is another fun muscle. I had a good time.
Yeah.
But
we also know what else is waiting for us. It's the life of an actor is an anxious life because it's always what's the next thing?
Right. We have a tangible thing. This is why I feel bad. I mean, people with the TikTokers of the world. I always feel bad for them. I'm is your next thing the next brand sponsor? We get such enjoyment out of this tangible thing.
Right.
That's why people come back to stand up.
Right.
They go,
well, it's the most real. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's the
most physical art form. You have to go do it.
It's not the most physical. Ballet is the most physical art form. It's the most raw.
You are completely right.
Yeah. It's the most raw art form. It's you and a mic.
I don't want to sit if I had to stand on my toes, can you imagine? How do they stand on their toes?
Well, they've been doing it before. They're training in as a fetus. And one and two. There's some angry Russian woman screaming at them.
Screaming at the belly?
Yeah. I remember I dated, when I was speaking of dating, I dated this guy who was a ballet dancer. He was an amazing ballet dancer, but talking to him because he was well, I'm almost 30, so I'll probably retire soon. And I don't know if I'll
money
teach.
To retire?
I think so. I don't know. I know. I think the same thing.
Right.
When I watch America's Next Top Model back in the day, I'm now what? I saw one one of them was a
Right.
hostess in a Chili's commercial. I'm like, oh, thank God, because she's working still. So, but I,
Hostess in a Chili's commercial.
I remember being like, she was like season
Union.
7. She came in like 5th place or something. But I remember him saying like, I don't know how to work a cash register. I don't know how to do anything. I've never had any other job my entire life. I've just danced. I have no connection to the real world.
Hey, Matteo, what job out there is there for a guy who can stand on his thumb toe?
Construction.
Gonna need you to walk that beam. You're the only one who can do it.
Honestly, ballet dancers, they're athletes.
No. I was just thinking.
No, but
was he in incredible shape?
Yeah,
he must have
of
been
course.
like right.
The legs, it was like incredible. And I was like this skinny twink who was balding and wearing a baseball hat to hide it. I've had 3 hair transplants now, so it's like
we have an email later. We're gonna get into.
Oh,
it.
we do.
Yeah.
I've got it. All right,
I
so
was gonna bring it up.
I have a red flag.
It looks great.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
It better fucking look great. I had my last one in July, so they're starting to come through. So I still use a little bit of Topic spray at the hairline just to kind of cover up where the new hairs are coming
No,
through.
it looks unbelievable.
You've never known me with this hair.
No, when you walked in, I was like, it looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr.
But I don't
Wesley
want-
Carlos.
Right, but I don't. What's the compliment you want?
That
The hair looks great. But
Yes.
I'm saying when you walked in, it wasn't gonna be the first
I want
thing
someone
I
to say to notice my hair. You've got a lot of hair, or your hair looks better.
Well, I get a lot of like, Jared, hair. Like I get it, but I don't own the compliment as much.
Right.
Because it's
you're
not an
used to it.
insecurity. Yeah.
You didn't suffer for it.
Right. That's right. Well, last night, I was on stage. Again, to this point, we'll get to the email. Someone goes, there was a guy in the audience. He was dressed. It was 11:30 show on a Wednesday. V was there, and the guy was with his girlfriend. He's like in a suit, and I was like made fun of that. He
Like
looked
a financial district suit? Like he's
no, it
working
was like
Wall
a
Street?
prom suit. Like, and I go, I made fun of him for looking like he was going to go to prom. And then he goes, you look like, and I go, let me stop you right there. And I looked at the crowd. I go, this is about to be the most offensive thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, you look like, and I go, hold on. Before you get there, let me prepare the audience. You guys are all going to feel bad for me. This is going to be the most horrific comparison you have ever heard, but I'm going to live with it the rest of my life. This is going to be the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I go on. And he goes, you look like Joey from that show.
Friends?
And I go,
that's an amazing compliment.
thank you. Well, don't be too shocked.
Joey was hot.
No, I'm like, I said to him, I go, this is the surprise of the century.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have never been happier with
You do look like Joey.
Don't say it now. You got shocked.
No, but
in
I'm
the beginning.
being serious. Once he said it was like a revelation, like a recovered memory.
That's my best case scenario comparison. What's your best case scenario comparison and your worst case scenario comparison? My best case, Joey from Friends.
Sure.
My worst case is like, you look like Rosie O'Donnell from A League of Their Own.
Or riding in the bus with my sister. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Google it.
Okay.
What's
your best and worst comparison?
My best and worst comparison. Who do people think I look like? I mean, sometimes people say I look like a young Al Pacino just because we both have those lazy eyes.
Ooh, but
I have Sylvester Stallone eyes. They all droop. It's an Italian.
You have
Southern,
an Italian look, yes.
Yeah.
Stallone had like. Yeah, Stallone, I could see it, but that's like a nice compliment. When
Sure.
you watched Rocky, the first Rocky, you're like, oh, this guy was like a real
guy.
like a guy.
Right.
Yeah. It was like, yeah.
My best case scenario is looking like Liza in 1975, and my worst case is looking like Liza now. Because I do have
Google
a Liza
that,
look.
Gen Z. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I have an icky or picky for you. My boyfriend and I, mid-30s, have been dating for about 1.5 years and live together. He's great in pretty much every way. Here it comes. But he does one thing that drives me nuts. Every time I get into the passenger side of the car, he kisses me on the lips. It was sweet for the first few times, but I'm already furious. It was sweet for the first few times, but after more than 1 year of doing it every time, it's lost its cuteness and it just feels like too much. When we get in the car to work out, kiss. We get in the car after workout, kiss. He even says sweetie kiss, which I don't like. Let's say we run errands after the workout and I get back into the car and after the errands, kiss. Let's say after that day we go out to dinner, kiss. Let's get back to the car after dinner, kiss. He really likes doing this. And he even said a few weeks ago that I was climbing into the car after getting a snack from the gas station. This gas stop was an excuse just to kiss you again. It would be sweet if it wasn't the 17,465th time. I've tried dodging this, LOL, but shutting the door, but he just keeps making a joke and opens it again to kiss me. It all feels too much, and I know it will sound weird, but it's just not practical or efficient. For me, driving is a means to an end. Get from point A to point B. I know 30 seconds it takes to walk around the car and stuff doesn't seem like much, but I just want to keep moving. I can't keep doing this once. I can do this every once in a while, but every car ride, I'm losing it. The only time he doesn't do it is if I am driving. How can I politely ask him to not do this as frequently? So icky or picky, he can't stop giving me car kisses. This woman is a nightmare.
That is so funny. Anytime I tell Matteo about like something going on in my life, when I see you, you're allowed to get, you're like, this woman's a nightmare.
This is a nightmare.
I have to go, okay, a lot of kisses. Because I have to like go, maybe that's because, you know, maybe me being a straight guy, I'm not really allowed to. I like hearing from you on this stuff because I thought similarly. I go,
V, what do you
have a
think?
sweet boyfriend who gives you, V.
I would love all these kisses from my boyfriend.
Right. The only issue I have that I kind of zone in on where I'm like, maybe she's right.
We're both comedians because I zoned in on the exact same thing.
I
if
know
I was
that
asked to pick up one thing from this, it would be the exact same thing that you just
would,
brought up.
Right.
100%.
I know the 30 seconds it takes to walk around the car and stuff doesn't seem like much, but I want to get moving. Is she getting in the car and then he's getting up, walking out, and then giving her a kiss through the window and then going back? Wouldn't that be enraging to you?
I don't know because it doesn't make a lot of sense. For me, driving is a means to an end. I get from point A to point B. It's like, relax, first of all.
Right.
Secondly, I know the 30 seconds it takes to walk around the car and stuff doesn't seem like much, but I just want to get moving. I feel bad for this guy. He's just trying to say that's how he shows love.
Maybe he
Also,
feels
all
like she doesn't like him that much.
Yeah, well.
Maybe he's like trying to play catch up here. He's trying
maybe.
to. Like, there's an element of that.
But I also think, what if she just said to him, like, maybe he's sensitive. I don't know. What if she, instead of writing this ridiculous email, what if she just
We need the emails.
No, I love it. By the way, I said she's a nightmare.
Yeah.
This woman will be raised to the high heavens at a gay bar. So I am... You know, this woman can do no wrong.
Our queen has arrived.
Literally, this woman is like just like priming herself for Real Housewives 2041. And
can you believe he keeps trying to kiss me?
I mean, this is the amount of things that people have. Like, read the last woman's email. This man is saying she's got one smaller tit than the other, while the mom's saying that she doesn't want to get married, while the sister says that he's cheating. This woman's like, he just kisses too much. It's like, find another problem in your life.
Well, or end it with him because you don't like him that much. There's a lot of nice people that I don't want to date.
Sure.
And it seems like this is a really nice guy that you're kind of like not sweating.
Or just turn to him and say, babe, I know you're going to laugh at me, but like, you kiss me all the time. Let's just less kisses.
Right.
And let him deal with that. That's all you got to say.
You know, it might be easier to go, I'm out on car kisses. Because now you give it like an umbrella thing.
That's
like
a straight man's approach.
Right. It's a fix. That's a fix.
And the way you said it, I would never be able to verbalize. Like my brain, the connections made in my brain could never come up with that.
No more car kisses.
None.
Take out the whole phylum. Take out the whole category.
Straight people are so. I did a show in Wisconsin, and I was on stage with Evan Williams, and we were doing like Q&A just for fun because we never get to do that. And someone goes, "What would you feel so many years in stand-up would be the faux pas on stage?" And both Evan and I are like, "Oh, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know." And then some straight guy goes, "What the fuck do you do when you fuck up?" And I was like, "That's amazing." That was incredible. It was like watching someone translate in time for us. Like we were
Rosetta Stone.
You know, my friend Nick Smith did not know what the Rosetta Stone was. I said, "Do you know what the Rosetta Stone was? How you learn a language, the computer program."
Where did you find Nick?
Under a rock.
Mateo has a web series that him and Nick do 15, or it's his podcast.
It's called I Never Liked You.
It's a 15-minute podcast. Where did you... He is the alien from American Family.
He is. He's Roger from American Dad. He didn't know when World War II was, which then got us into a huge fight with Lizzo online, which then Lizzo came after us.
Why?
Because Nick made that comment. But he did make it funny. He said, World War II was... I said, do you know when World War II was? He goes, the 1800s. I go, you think in the 1800s we had planes, we had this. So it wasn't the 1800s. I said, it was the same time we entered the war when The Wizard of Oz came out. And I was like, 1939. He goes, you mean to tell me when the worlds went to war, our response was The Wizard of Oz? Which is a funny joke.
Right.
Well, Lizzo took that. She hadn't been talking forever because she had that scandal and put it on her TikTok, put that clip of Nick and I on her TikTok, and then cut to herself doing makeup saying, I hope these two are joking. It is a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
I hope these two are kidding. This is the American education system is terrible. And these two.
Wait, she used you as an example
Yes.
for the American education system?
And then all the comments were like, this is what you came out of hiding for. So then everyone was like attacking her. And then a week later, she's like, I'm quitting Instagram. Then all the comments came back to us. They were like, Nick, you may be an idiot, but thank you.
Oh my
So it was like this
God.
big battle. Just because Nick didn't know when World War II is, he didn't know that water was in clouds. We had Neil deGrasse Tyson on our podcast, and Nick was like, what's going on with Pluto? Like, he just doesn't know.
Where's Nick from?
He's from a really, really small town outside of Scranton, Pennsylvania. It's like they don't have a street light.
He must have been like Nick is like he's a vision, you know, like he's tall. He must have been
He's
like a
6'4",
peacock.
faggot.
He's a homosexual. You know, he walks around. It's like a peacock in Scranton. I know people from Scranton.
Outside of Scranton.
That's
like
even
an hour
more rural,
outside.
yeah.
And he dated a girl.
He dated a girl.
Yeah, and he designed her prom dress. Her tits were out. We were all making fun of him on Fortnite. We're like, Jesus, Nick, like you put this woman in this. She goes, well, she looked amazing. Like she does look amazing, but like you look like a stretched out gay Justin Bieber in this ridiculous suit. Meanwhile, you've got her boobs up to her neck. Like Nick's like, I picked the dress. I was like, this is
And
hysterical.
did people know he was gay then, or in that town? No. Or, I mean, they knew.
He said the only one that didn't know was his girlfriend, that she wept.
She wept.
He was like, I'm gay, and she wept.
Wow. Where is she now?
I think she's married happily with kids.
Probably.
Far
in
away
that
from Nick.
town.
Yeah.
What does he do for work?
A real estate agent.
Come on.
Yeah. And he's a brilliant like businessman.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go back.
I
So
got
go
a
check
great
out
story for you too.
Go check out Nick and Matteo's podcast. It's
I feel bad that I
fantastic.
called this woman a nightmare, but
No,
her problems are
I think
no.
it's a nightmare because we know she's strong enough to handle this.
Well-
She's strong enough to look at her boyfriend and go, like, if I had someone go, sweaty kisses, I would be like, we can't be in public together.
I am going to defend her on that. That's okay.
Sweaty kisses, to announce sweaty kisses.
Now that I'm out of my anger zone, because I also don't have coping
okay.
mechanisms, I'm also kind of on her side. Like if someone said sweaty kisses to me, maybe, you know what? Let me defend her for a second. Let me go back for a second.
Take it back.
There are people who accept affection in different ways, and there are people who give it in different ways. And so
Right.
she probably is someone who receives affection in a way that can kind of overwhelm her.
Right.
So she's saying, I would feel more confident in this relationship. Maybe it feels a bit fake to her. And so what she's trying
Forced.
to say is, right, she wants this to feel a bit more real. You know, she's someone who likes to go from A to B. She's obviously an A-type personality, and these kind of constant kisses are keeping her from feeling like there's something real there. So that's my one side. The other side is the way she wrote the email is hysterical and looks ridiculous.
Right.
But I can see both sides.
They lived together a year and a half in.
Right.
I think it seems like he's doing a lot. When someone's doing a lot to try and like
win you over
and win you over.
Do you think it's appeasement? Do you think he's trying to like, because I don't know what her situation is. So like, does he feel like he's doing it to appease her? Like she needs that?
I think I think he feels that like, is she losing it for me? And so
Right.
he's pushing harder, which makes it's like a finger trap. The harder you pull, the more, you get stuck. So I think she needs to like, I think she's trying to suss out if she's lost her affection for him. Like, I
Right.
think she's like, and this is getting in the way because it's such a thing.
But am I right? Like she did write it this way. When we get in the car to work out, kiss. When we get in the car after workout, kiss.
Right.
He even says sweaty kiss, which I don't like. Let's say we run errands after the workout and get back in the car after the errands, kiss. Let's say after that day we go out to dinner, kiss. Get back in the car after dinner, kiss. Like this
Right.
is how she said it to her girlfriends at brunch.
And it crushed.
Oh, they were
It
like,
crushed.
I can't even believe that. Honestly, Sarah, I can't even believe that you're going through that. Like that must be so difficult for you.
I think she needs to just announce it. I'm done with car kisses.
Right. I want her and the first girl to go out to lunch together and compare. And
I
contrast.
want her to go to lunch with the first girl and then just not talk. She'll walk away and like grab her
Shaken.
boyfriend at the end and kiss him. Go, okay, please never let go.
Have you ever had that? Like when you were dating someone and you hear someone else's like horrific dating stories, you go back to your partner, you're like, L is for the way.
I hear that with, I do that with, when I hear about people's marriages and then I go home to my phone and I hug my phone. I just have a huge makeup.
I don't tweet anymore.
I love you, baby.
But back in the day when I was living with Evan Williams, I had a funny tweet. Well, maybe I think it's funny. I was like, finally, after a long day of work, I'm at home with some alone time with my phone. And I was like, I'm always on my phone.
Always. All right, let's play some games.
Okay.
Red flag or deal breaker. You're dating someone, it's going great. One thing happens. Do you end it sight unseen, or is it just a red flag? You ready? Mm-hmm. J&M, congrats on your baby girl. We've done all the congrats. I have a red flag or deal breaker question I'd like to get your take on. 2 years ago, I, 32 female, went on a few dates with a guy, 33 male. We met at a speed dating event.
Red flag.
That's a red flag.
I'm just joking.
Okay. Matteo, we're trying to get out here, okay? We're trying to meet people in real life. A couple of dates in, we were watching a movie at my place when tattoos came up. I asked if he had any. He said no, but mentioned he had a piercing.
I know where this is going.
We'd kissed at this point, but nothing more. I asked where, and he opened his mouth to reveal a very large tongue piercing, a big white ball, placed pretty far back. It genuinely caught me off guard. We ended up dating for about 2 months and mutually ended things due to misaligned big values. Whatever.
I love these. I love we break up now like it's a contract.
Right.
You can't just say we decided just to break up.
Well,
we mutually ended things due to misaligned big values.
This is the problem with straight relationships, especially like dating women, is that my main issue with dating women is that there's a societal thing that I don't deal with, that we don't deal with.
Correct.
Of like, you have to say misaligned big values for people to go, oh, okay, so you weren't tossed aside. It wasn't, like you need a good reason.
I feel for women because I
feel for her.
If women make a decision that something's not right for them, then they're labeled as a bitch.
Right.
And that's also not fair because guys kind of do whatever the fuck they want. It's so unfair. So women should be allowed to say like, fuck this dude. But I get it. Saying misaligned big values.
Misaligned big values, gaslighting, all these therapy terms get used to make us feel validated in our ending of a relationship. Right. And that's kind of like what's going on with misaligned big values.
Consciously uncoupling.
Right. It's all garbage. But I'll admit, a part of me was relieved to have a legitimate reason to end it. There you go. Because that tongue ring really threw me. Since then, it's also become an unexpectedly great dinner party story among my friends where they ask each other if this would be a deal breaker for them. So red flag or deal breaker, the person you're dating has a massive tongue ring. Sincerely, tongue tied.
Did she write this from 1953?
Well, this is the thing. The other question I have is there's probably like one person on earth who has no tattoos, but also a tongue ring.
Right.
Doesn't that feel like that's like a very small center of the Venn diagram?
Yeah, because usually the tattoos come first, or the piercings come on the ears or something first. Remember the lip piercings people used to do?
Yes.
I always wanted that, but I don't.
Like a lip ring.
Mm-hmm.
If I see a woman, well, here's the thing. If I saw a woman with a tongue ring, lip ring, nose ring, I'm immediately in.
I want brunch with her.
Right. I'm immediately in, this woman is probably fun sexually.
Of course.
So,
but also fun in general.
Yeah, just loose, easy, casual.
Because it is a kind of symbol to say like, fuck standards. But, society
fuck the
standards.
That's society norms,
but
right?
I will say, that these days, tattoos and piercings seem so, like, who is in proximity to her? Because tattoos and piercings seem quite normal.
Well, I would say I'm probably closer to her proximity because I have no tattoos, no piercings.
Will you ever get a tattoo?
No.
Right.
I think it's two things.
You don't want Skeletor?
I love your tattoo.
Evan Williams is going to get the same tattoo.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wait, you have the other one, the woman.
I have Storm from the X-Men, which I'm going to get redone next week, actually. I have Poison Ivy. These two I designed.
But you designed those.
Yes. Maria Callas, my favorite opera singer, which I designed. And then this Sivak, my tattoo artist, did. That was his design. But this is
Skeletor! That's
hey, man, you bumbling boob.
I knew you could do a good Skeletor. I don't have any. If I got them, I just couldn't deal with my parents.
They wouldn't like it. Your parents have such an influence on your life.
Total influence. Jewish though, the whole Jewish. Is it a problem? Is it not? You hear different stories from different people that they cut it out when you die. You can be buried in a Jewish cemetery. Why do I even care about what cemetery I'm buried in?
Let me just say this: when I die, whatever happens to my body, I could take it, put it in drag, throw me off a mountain.
I hope this gets transcribed and used as what I hope they
my eulogy.
Yeah, no, I hope they cremate you and they put you in a box that is in drag.
I would love it.
Yeah,
I mean, do it. I'm just saying, do whatever. Have fun. Is what I'm saying.
Crazy story?
Just have fun. Yeah.
I played golf in San Diego when I was there for shows, and I played with like random guys. And one of the guys, his wife and him were there for a baby moon, which is
Excuse me?
A baby moon. Do you know? Are you familiar?
Obviously, I'm not. When you said it, like chills went down my spine.
The minute I said it, I was like, oh, this is not hitting the gay world. Like, so they go on a trip before the baby's coming.
Oh, I was thinking like astrology.
Oh, yeah, this has nothing to do with Sailor Moon.
And I don't believe in astrology.
So,
Sailor Moon. That would be great.
It's a Sailor Moon trip. And they golf. And so this woman, so the guy, we get done with golfing, and then the wife comes out, and she's pregnant, and she's like, hey, everybody, and she's holding a bag. And they go, hey, I know the. So I'm like saying goodbye to them. We met over the course of the 4 hours. And then they go, hey, we're just going to go, this is my dad's ashes. We're going to go spread them in the lake here. And we're like, and I'm like, should I be around for this? And I'm like, we're just like standing there, and they're like, yeah, he would think it's funny, whatever. And then I go, okay, well, I'm going to go. Like, I don't want to ruin. They're like, no, this is like part of his personality. What? And then they take, and he's in like a Ziploc bag. Like, it was like crazy. And then they go to this little lake that's like right next to us. The wind picks up. All of a sudden, it gets blown into them, and they're going. I was like on my way, like I'm watching this happen as I'm walking away. I'm like laughing. It was like crazy, and I'm like, I don't think this is what the dad wanted. Like I'm gonna go ahead eating your dad.
It's what I want.
That's what you want.
I want when I'm dead. Cremate me. Bring me to a golf course. Could find the straightest couple with a pregnant wife who's on their baby Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
And just throw it at him.
And
say, it's what he wanted.
They're running around. No, you're ruining my vineyard vines.
What are we doing?
I don't know. We've lost it. We have too much time. We think like everyone's like, life is hard.
We used to die from our teeth at 30 years old.
From our teeth.
People would die from tooth infections. What are we doing with our time? Baby moon. Stop it.
Deal breaker. So you're cool with a tongue ring. You're not.
Oh. I live in New York, and I'm a homosexual.
Right.
And I'm hanging out with comics every day, and my best friends are drag queens. A tongue ring.
Right. Nothing. For me, after the blowjob, I would like need to see what that's like.
Right.
I gotta see. And then I would go, are we too different? Like I would have pause.
So it really was just the ring that sent her off. I mean, that's fair.
What she's doing what I would do. Let me empathize with her, where I would go.
I've empathized with all these women.
Right. Well, I would go, oh, this thing is so different than how I am.
Right.
I'm not getting a tattoo. I'm not getting a tongue piercing. I can't even imagine a period where I would. So you personalize.
Right.
And then you go, could I be with someone who thinks that differently than me? And I think I could. I would like to think I could.
I just think.
But everything else would have to be the same.
Right.
Like I actually, I mean, this sounds bad. It could be made to sound bad, but I'm like, if they're Jewish, went to summer camp, have a fat ass, and likes my jokes, the tongue ring would be okay. But all the other things need to be in place. Right.
God, I went to art school.
Right. You're more free than I am. I am caged by these rituals and stupidity.
by these pagan rituals of heterosexuality.
Right. I am in a cage.
Yeah, I don't feel that. I
envy that.
Yeah. When I was 18, I remember I went to school, the Art Institute of Chicago, which is like one of the most prestigious art schools in the country. And we had no money, so we had to get loans. I had a job, the whole thing. So this is a whole new world for me. A lot of these kids have been doing art. A lot of these kids, whatever. So I sit there and I'll never forget. They said, all right, we have a new rule this year. No more bodily fluids on canvas this year. Because people use period blood or cum or whatever, piss. One of the in the photography section.
Piss.
Yeah, there was a huge picture
and under the name of art.
I know.
You could just...
But imagine being 18 and then how much this unlocks your brain to... There's a whole world out there. There was a giant...
The allowance to be so you.
There was a gigantic photo. Every week they put up photos for the photography, right? And it was all about, especially at that time, it was about trying to do something really crazy to try and reach out, whatever state you're making. So one of the girls at our school... took this photo of her friend, and she was drinking a beer like this, pants all the way down, stream of piss. And everyone knew her, and we're all looking at it, and your brain is just trying to make sense of like what you're looking at. And I remember my teacher, Marion Krishgaw, God rest his soul, walked by. This is a teacher, looks at the painting and says in front of everyone, "That's fucking awesome," and kept walking. And I was like, this is, so my view of the world, right at 18, downtown Chicago, all these people, I was like, oh, a tongue ring. This is child's play.
Nothing. Well,
and I'm happy I had that experience.
Right. The world, would be a better place because, this is why I love.
Well, some went too far, but
Well, some go too. Well, again, like, what's the line?
Right.
But that's why I always loved doing dating shows and questions with comedians.
Right.
Because you could write in really about anything because there's no like, you did what?
Right.
For a comedian. Like, I always thought comedians were great for advice.
We're not.
Well, we're not great. We give advice that's probably fraudulent, but there's no shock.
There's no shock.
You can write to us safely. Like, we're going to say you're horrific.
Right.
We're going to tell you how you sound.
My guess is you're writing because you understand there's going to be a light roast.
Right.
This is a comedy podcast. Now, look, if I really wanted to take the comedy out of it, how would I say about this and the last girl? I would say they're probably sweet girls and they're experiencing for the first time, or, he kisses too much and it's annoying. I get it. That's kind of icky and you're allowed to have those feelings. But I'm a comedian.
I think she doesn't want to fuck her live-in boyfriend.
Yeah.
I think that if I'm to like,
because I was thinking like, what's sex like then? Because now when he's like really kissing you, are you thinking to yourself like, I said A to B? Like I just.
Who wants sweaty kisses?
Oh, then I'm on the side.
I mean,
if he walked in naked, dick out, and I'm on the bed, kind of like, let's just get this over with thing. And he walks in, he's like, who wants sweaty kisses? Vagina's dry. Closed up,
right,
and I'm out.
Yeah, and needed surgically opened.
Have you ever during sex said to someone, "I can't do this"? Yeah. Like it hit you during sex, and you're like, "I just gotta be done."
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I've gone straight to pudding downstairs. It is the
Jello pudding.
Yeah, just
like you go open pudding.
City. No, I'm like
For a split second, because I just bought sugar-free Jello pudding the other day, there was a split second, because I'm such a fucking idiot, that I thought you meant that during the middle of sex, you stopped and just decided to go downstairs and start eating Jello.
I thought that too.
If both of you thought it, then maybe I'm wrong. I had the wrong instincts.
Yeah, you'll just get soft.
I'm out of here. Just me whipping in a whipping bowl.
No,
I can't do this
even
anymore.
More embarrassing. You get the pre-made sugar-free, you just unpack it.
Opening a package.
With your man hands like you're a fucking 7-year-old just slowly eating Jello.
Peel it open.
While she's like putting on clothes like, I wonder what happened.
I guess I gotta go. I guess it's pudding time. It's pudding time. And then I just start eating a single packet of pudding while she's getting dressed and she leaves. Yeah, Jared every now and again can't have sex with me. He says it's pudding time and then sits in the dark kitchen and starts eating Jello pudding from a snack pack. That's the saddest image. Me naked at a kitchen table, angry, eating a pudding.
Because when you eat from a snack pack, like I'm a 39-year-old man. This is made
so
for 7-year-olds. In their lunch, they open up, what did mom give me today? You see
peeling it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can watch me peel it. Just the slight sounds of.
At the very end, you lick off the top because there's still some left.
Just to get it all. Let's do
you
one
hear
more.
The door shut.
She leaves. I never saw him again. J&J, I'm a 22-year-old woman. I've been dating a 26-year-old guy for about 2 months. Things were going great until something small turned into something big. You see, I grew up with this big hooked nose.
Oh my God.
That's a weird description. With a wide nose bridge, and while I think nothing of it on other people, I hate it on myself. And growing up, I desperately wanted to change it. So I started saving up at 15 and ended up getting a nose job at 19, which I have no regrets about. The other day, my boyfriend and I were looking through old photos on my phone and stuff, and he suddenly asked me, why does your nose look so different in those? His reaction surprised me. He got angry and accused me of hiding things from him, saying how he now feels like he can't trust me because I didn't tell him sooner. This is crazy. I tried explaining that it simply never came up, but he stayed upset and cold.
Oh my God.
Now I'm wondering if this is a red flag. The anger, the jump to mistrust, and the idea that I owed him disclosure about a cosmetic choice from years ago feels controlling and concerning this early on. Is this a deal breaker, or am I missing something?
It's been 2 months.
Yeah, you got to end it. So
my
red flag
God.
or deal breaker, I got a nose job and didn't tell my boyfriend. This is crazy.
That's horrible.
It's, the horrible
How
part.
dare she not? No, I'm joking. Like, he's a monster.
The horrible
Get rid of
part
him.
about this is because the ages matter. You ready?
Right.
26, she's 22.
Oh, yeah. So she's
doesn't-
already blaming herself.
Right.
That's
And he
terrible.
doesn't, because he doesn't, he's being selfish. Because he doesn't know how to tell a 22-year-old woman, hey, I don't want to date you anymore. He is making something out of nothing, and now he's giving her a complex at 22 about whether she should have to disclose that she's gotten a nose job.
Again,
This is
deflecting and
crazy.
making it her problem. That's
Right.
horrible that he
Horrible.
did that. That's terrible.
He's the deal breaker. This is a horrible way to break up with someone because you and I, two human beings on earth, we can't see a scenario where we would feel this offended by an old picture.
I've had plastic surgery.
So you've had, can you
my 3
imagine?
hair transplants. So like I also tell everybody, but
even though
if I was in a situation where I said like, he saw that I had less hair and now I have full hair, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, I got hair transplants, and that was his reaction, I would be like, well, who the fuck are you?
The only way someone could react like that is if they are concerned with creating offspring of their own design, which would be even crazier. Like
It's like narcissism.
Right. Well, if the only way I could see someone getting angry is that I thought our genes were a perfect match to make a tall child. You were short. You got leg extension surgery. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's the only, like, I'm trying to paint a straight line.
No, you're right. It's total,
why someone would be this angry, and there's no reasonable reason to be this angry.
Especially after 2. I could see if they're dating 5 years. And she was like, hey, I should let you know something. When I was 19, I got a nose job. But even then, his reaction should only be, how come you didn't feel comfortable enough to tell me?
Right.
I wouldn't have judged you. Why this visceral response? Like, that's not hiding something from somebody. That is ridiculous.
And I'm happy.
2 months.
I can't believe a 22-year-old is listening to us right now. I'm happy they are.
I know. Is it worth? How old are you?
40.
I'm going to be 40 in June.
How you feeling about it?
Well, I get Botox. Hopefully I'll be all right.
I think you look great.
Thanks.
I don't think that you should worry about that. But I'm saying 40 does hit a man in a certain way. It hit me.
I'm wearing a tank top.
Yeah, you're
I
fine.
haven't accepted it yet.
You're fine. Maybe 50 in the gay community.
56.
Fine. Did you watch Heated Rivalry?
You think I turned gay yesterday? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched
Isn't
it.
it great?
I watched episode 1. Can I tell you the one thing that it was tough for me?
Go ahead.
I'm going to watch. I've started episode 2. I'm going to watch it.
Right.
Everyone's like, get to episode 4. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Okay. The amount of dick sucking noises that I had never heard before.
You're jealous.
I'm jealous of the of the energy. These women out here aren't giving energy to the blowjobs.
Are we at the Laugh Factory in 1992?
I know.
Are we at the ha ha ha?
That's where we are. I never seen it on TV like that before. So it was like there was a moment where I'm like, whoa,
Well,
we're
it all
going
comes
for
into
it.
play, like the kind of the sexual energy that they display in the first few episodes leads up to the end of the show.
Yes.
So it's not just it's intentional in terms of like this kind of intense sexual relationship between these two, because it eventually finds its way to.
So you're pushing me to watch the rest.
But even
of
if
the show.
it was all sex, I'd be fine with it too.
Of course, there's nothing. It's not that I'm saying it's wrong. I just was like, I had the same reaction to the Golden Bachelor kissing a woman on the first episode. I was like, I've never seen this before. I just because on TV you just
because
don't.
I'm so not in the world of The Bachelor. When the Golden Bachelor obviously means old people.
60s. I saw a 60-year-old man kiss a 60-year-old woman.
Was it dry?
No, it was dry and cracky, and
So it was the opposite sounds.
It was the opposite,
Heated Rivalry,
right.
where that's like,
yeah.
like it sounds like a squid's being cut up for dinner. Meanwhile, the Golden Bachelor sounds
Who's
like a
having
crackling fire.
Right. That's right. It sounded like two same side of the Velcro rubbing against each other. That's what it sounded
I deserve that.
That's what it sounded like when the Golden Bachelor kissed one of the women, and then
Like chalk on not on the chalkboard, like street chalk.
yes, that's what it sounded like when they started kissing. And when Heated Rivalry, when they went at it, that was like two wet sponges hitting each other.
That's what it should feel like. That show, even for me, when Nick told me about it before everybody started watching it, I bet you this is Nick right now. Oh no,
You gotta go.
Santa Monica.
We gotta. That could be an important call.
It's not.
Okay.
When Nick told me about the show before anyone had really talked about it, Nick, of course, was on it.
Yeah.
You need to watch this show called Heated Rivalry. I said, okay, what's it about? Two hockey players. It's even making me clutch my own pearls. Just watch it. And it did. I was sitting at home drawing. I was like, oh. Like
Yeah.
even I was so like pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Well,
And they
there's
were
a
so
step.
cute. They have such good chemistry.
They're really good together. He's unbelievable. The
Connor?
Russian guy. Yeah.
Because I called Lisa. Oh, this is a great joke. Well, I mean, I made a joke. What I meant to say, this is a funny story, but I did make a good joke. I go, Lisa, she was talking about Heated Rivalry, and she's like, I'm obsessed, and his Russian, I can't believe it. It's okay, 'cause Lisa Traeger is fluent in Russian. I said, all right, why don't you give us a line from Heated Rivalry? Why don't you say, meet me in the locker room afterwards and we'll fuck? And she goes, I mean, I don't know that. My parents are 70. They're the ones who taught me Russian. We're not saying that. I said, fine, forgive me. Can you teach me how to say, let's play dominoes in the basement?
Teach me how to say, Lisa, we're having dinner. Get downstairs.
Lisa, turn off the Backstreet Boys.
Right. Lisa, no more Taylor Swift. We're about to have dinner. Do that in Russian.
Lisa at the cellar was talking to me about Taylor Swift, and she kept going on. And finally, I stopped and said, Lisa, I don't care. I don't know why you think I don't seem invested in this story. I don't seem engaged. I'm not asking follow-up questions, but she's going in on this documentary about Taylor Swift. I was like, Lisa, just stop it. I don't care. Taylor Swift's talented. She's a wonderful performer.
Get it.
It's enough.
Matteo Lane, thank you for coming on the show.
This really made me laugh very hard. Thank you for having me on the show.
I'm
sorry if I hurt the girls' feelings.
No, you didn't
I'm
hurt
trying to
anyone.
be funny.
This is
But
the
also
show.
it's good to look, the point of a roast is to look outside of your own situation to realize maybe it's not so big. The first girl,
Here's
that's a
how
real
you
problem.
sound. This is us
Yeah.
telling her you sound a little bit, annoying. Okay. Keep sending your emails. Listen, Jordana's on maternity leave. She will be back soon. If you want to check out how Jordana's doing, go sign up for You Up With Benefits. We have YouTube exclusive, all the stuff. Matteo at Matteo Lane, MatteoLaneComedy.com to get tickets for his shows. Go to Matteo's shows. You are going to have a blast. I'm Jared Freed, back on Friday. Boom.